Hey, welcome. So I thought it'd be really neat to do a few minutes on the new Teams client because everyone goes new, but what is it really? So the thing to know about this client is it's a new reimagining of Microsoft Teams. So what they did was they built it on the React framework, which some of those you might be familiar, like Facebook is with the whole React project, and a lot of mobile apps now using React Native. And so React is a framework that is drastically improves the speed and performance of this app on Windows, and it's a huge deal. So we'll just as an example, right? So I'm gonna close out Teams. I think a neat thing to do is to see just how quickly it launches compared to old Teams. So look how quick this thing came up, which is pretty neat. Like it just comes up super lightning quick. I also really love just the whole reimagining of creating messages is just really kind of neat. You can kind of do like look at this. I can do an announcement. Like it's just fantastic the way they did that. So I just type something, and like I said, really really cool. And what's neat too is they have some little features around like channels and teams now. So you can do, I want to see new post at the top, new post at the bottom. And you can even do stuff like open this conversation in a new window. And these are kind of some of the ways they're reimagining that aspect of it. Also, don't forget that when we talk about optimization, it's now consuming 50% less memory and disk space than the old teams did, which is a really, really big deal. Because I can tell you just from my own experience that on VDI that makes a huge difference because I've seen clients that have to basically run 2 gig GPU cards instead of 1 gig just because of Teams itself just being complete hog. And one of the things that's really neat about it is the way they kind of reimagine the whole like sharing experience. So you can see here now when you share, getting this little pop out, and as you have more people kind of join, it just gives you a lot better control and experience around it. I love also how they've kind of changed some of this stuff up, and you get this little people button takes you in there, and that's another one of those little things that I really like about the way that they're kind of working and kind of running with Teams. Obviously it also has a fresh new look to it, which is certainly different than what we would have been used to before. You can kind of just really work with things very dynamically. And in my blog article, I'm going to talk more and more about some of the things that are coming and going on with this. One of the things that I'm very excited for is on November 1st, we should also have the ability to now start leveraging Copilot inside of here as well. Because, really, at the end of the day, the real huge benefit and value here is the fact that you've got now have all your multi-tenancy. There's just so much more synergy, and they've gone page to page within Teams and looked at how to simplify, make things visually more appealing, more fluid. And they're really putting a lot of that time and that effort into it, which I have to kind of give them a lot of credit for, just kind of the way that they're kind of handling the customization of it. Last thing I kind of wanted to mention, and there's a lot of stuff that's not quite there yet that's coming, I'll be mentioning in my blog, is they're going to be bringing in all kinds of really neat things. It seems like by end of the year, like you can theme your different teams, so you'll be able to really kind of make them distinguishable and stand out. And like that's one example. And they're going to be adding a lot more stuff to like expression and design to kind of just help make things pop and come to life. But I just really want to kind of show a little bit about Teams, those who haven't seen the new Teams experience yet. But I think it's a huge deal and it's a huge difference maker at VDI especially. Hope everybody enjoys.